And now the mics are live.
Everything now is recording.
Everything is recorded, so be professional, you guys.
And if you want, just
yeah.
Okay.
Can I don't know if the it should be working. Yeah. Testing.
Yeah, I've read that. That's praise at the beginning of the game. He always prays for the safety and security of everyone.
That's very menacing thing, actually. Praying for everybody's safety.
Exactly, and he kind of talks a lot about how football is like irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, and actually what matters is being safe. And so
Okay,
very sweet.
hello everybody. Welcome to a live stream, a watch along of Nigeria versus Mozambique, a round of 16 match in the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Rabat in Morocco. Oh, we forgot to say Total Energies 2025 African Cup of Nations. I'm joined today by various football journalists. I consider everybody here an African football expert. We have, actually, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Ali Howorth. You can also find me on YouTube on the Whistle Podcast. Yes, and I'm a Kenyan and British football journalist.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Alex Cizmic. I'm a freelance journalist from Italy, from both Italy and Bosnia and Herzegovina, actually. And I'm running a Curata Willa, which is the only Italian newsletter on African football.
Hello guys, thank you for having me here. Kirchner, journalist from Denmark. Very, very happy to be here, attending my fourth AFCON in great partnership with my friends here. Yeah, cheers.
And living in Zambia for how long?
Living in Zambia for 2 years, having engaged with Zambia for a decade now.
And we have our AFCON debutant. Yeah.
My very first AFCON. My name is Raphael Jacobin. I'm a French/UK journalist. I focus on Ligue 1, but I'm following the Ligue 1 players at AFCON this year.
And you're also the only one of us that commentates on African football.
And I'm also one of the wealthy commentators for the various CAF competitions.
CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation Cup, and AFCON?
Futsal.
Have you never done AFCON?
I've never done AFCON, but I've done the AFCON qualifiers, and I've done the Women's Champions League, and I've done the AFCON, the Futsal AFCON.
What's your impressions been like so far covering the AFCON?
On site, it's definitely different from commentating from a studio gallery.
In what way?
You just feel more. I mean, I know vibe has been a big sort of talking point in this tournament, but you do feel a bit of vibe still.
Okay, so players are warming up. Looks like it's pissing rain.
Pouring down.
Yeah, where's it in Fez? Yeah.
Yeah.
As it has been really throughout the tournament. Alia Cizmic, can you help us with the starting lineups? I know Nigeria, so we have Stanley Nwabali in goal, who recently spoke about the fact that he was thinking about quitting football as he lost both of his parents in the calendar year.
Yeah, emotional story.
Then left back Bruno Onyemaichi, center halves are Calvin Bassey and Shemi Ajayi. Right back is Bright Osai Samuel. Box midfield, as they've usually played, with Iwobi and Didi Onyeka. There was a little bit of a maybe discussion if it was going to be Onyeka or Onyedika. Ends up being Onyeka. And Lookman, of course. And then Akor Adams and Victor Osimhen. Anybody have the Mozambique lineup?
I do.
All right, let's go.
Give me quick. Yeah, in Mozambique, it's the same goalkeeper has been playing Hernan, and then Kalila at right back. The very, very impressive center back duo of Mexer and, of course, Sunderland and former Atletico Madrid defender Reinildo Mandava. Bruno Langa comes in at left back, and then it's the midfield duo that's been playing this whole tournament, Afonso Ahmad of Dunfermline in the second division of Scotland, and Dima, who's a personal favorite of mine,
And
playing in Azerbaijan.
And when Ali is speaking, we just need to actually comment on what's going on. I think they're taping the right post, and one of the goals. Am I a slight delay, perhaps? I think it's like 3 minutes over it.
That makes sense because I was wondering if it was us just being delayed on our feed.
Did you guys see the tape? It's CAF tape. It's not normal. I didn't know CAF has CAF tape. That's pretty cool.
Official tape. But to finish the team, it's Wheaty on the left, Jenny Katamo, the standout player, on the right winger, stroke left wing back, sometimes for Sporting. And of course, the legend Elias Palende, aka Dominguez, the oldest player at this tournament, 42 years.
And on with the game.
And Faisal Bengal starting up front.
There we go. So we're just gonna have to do this because sorry, we don't have like a ticker and a scoreboard on the live stream. So every 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to be reminding people of where we are. Right now, as we're watching on our very legal television and streaming device, we're at exactly 30 seconds, 31, 32, 33, 34. So Nigeria are in possession, and we're off. We're off to the races. Here we go. Who lit the candles? Somebody lit candles.
Candles are here. I mean, I think it's been quite significant that every game is raining, and we're looking at each other and like, you know that when a game is approaching, rain will come, and we see it again. It's pouring down. I don't know how you guys actually. You think this might favor one of the teams? Like, how do you think it affects the game?
If I think the pitches were waterlogged, right, Osei Samuel tries to find Victor Osimhen across, but collected. If the pitches were waterlogged, it'd probably be an equalizing factor. But because the pitches have held up, I don't think it's made too much of it.
No.
I do think that this is the one pitch that has struggled with the weather. Yeah, you've seen it in the Tunisia game. It really cut up.
Look, when plays past the
I think offside. 1 minute.
1 minute and 38 seconds in, Victor Osimhen scores, but he's offside. I think he was offside. We're going to check the replay right now. It is absolutely pissing rain.
That looks miserable.
Akor Adams said, Lookman finds Onyeka, who puts across
Offside.
27 meters offside.
But we're already seeing what I would say is the first 70 minutes of Nigeria versus Tunisia, not the last 20 minutes, because in my opinion, Nigeria is so Jekyll and Hyde like. But right now, I mean, amazing start, even though they didn't get the goal.
Rafael, can I put you on the spot? If you're commentating this match, can you give us like a little bit of 30 seconds of commentary?
I'm going to need to warm up my voice a bit. Bit of a cop out, I know, but you know.
I'll ask you again in 2 minutes.
We can have a go with Rafael being the comms and Booster being his co-commentator.
Yeah. Lookman fights Osimhen, and this is, I think, one of the more fascinating matchups here. Is Osimhen is obviously very raw. He runs the ball right up for a goal kick. Very raw. He's an athletic freak. He's very aggressive. He's very intense, and he's coming up against two very experienced.
And it's his first time he's playing without the mask.
Oh,
yeah.
I wonder if that's because of the rain. Yeah, I didn't realize that. But he's coming up against two, you would think, slower center backs, because Maher is 36 years old and Heinildo is 31, 32. So that's something that I'm going to watch out for, because he's physically, like, he outdid Montasser Talbi of Tunisia like a few times, you know, with his athleticism. Now we're at 3 minutes and 31 seconds, 3 minutes 32 seconds.
Nigeria is pressing high, relatively at least. No, Nigeria is pressing high. With and without the ball seems to be quite aggressive and quite forward-thinking. Yeah, I've been impressed with the first 4 minutes. Let's not conclude anything, but they look very eager to win this.
Mozambique win a foul around the center half of the pitch. Egypt winning 3-1. An expected result. Maybe you weren't expecting it to go 120 minutes. I don't know if you were Ali or not, but
No, I didn't. I thought I had Egypt nailed on to win that one fairly comfortably, so I was surprised and impressed.
Mohamed Salah scored his third goal of the tournament. That narrative of him finally winning an AFCON is still in play. But something feels right about Egypt, even though they haven't dominated destiny. You know? I can feel like that storyline.
But also, I mean, the last time they reached the final, like they were miserable, weren't they? They just dominated matches. They didn't. They just made it.
Exactly.
They destroyed them.
Yeah, they really did.
Jenny Katama plays the ball in, and it's a bit too far.
But do we have a way of engaging with chat?
Yeah, actually, let me check if there's any comments in the chat.
I can pull it up or something.
How about some private comment?
Where's the chat?
Semi.
Is he playing with gloves?
I wouldn't be surprised, man. That's just so cold.
It's cold there.
So.
It's elevated?
Yeah, I think so, right? Kind of.
Domingue is playing with gloves apparently.
What's up? Somebody said, "What's up, y'all?"
And on screen,
That's our chat.
Dr. Patrice Motsepe. You know, whether you love him or hate him, the one thing you've got to give him is that guy attends every single match he possibly can. I mean, he must be jumping into his private plane or whatever after every single
I heard
match
there's a question or something.
to make it to the next one. It is genuinely very impressive.
And we are speaking as people who. Oh, that's a brilliant chance to Nigeria. I think it's Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi from probably 30 meters. Or is it 25? What from far distance? Trying to curl it into the far corner there. Ooh. Great save by the keeper who's actually stretching for that one.
What's the keeper's name?
Hernan. Hereby informed.
Raphael.
So corner kick to Nigeria here. The first in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Booster showing you how to do it.
He's taking the lead.
Corner kick and Jimmy J so tall.
I'm only watching this game because I need something to hold me over for Algeria versus DRC.
So one comment, only watching this because
I need something to do so that he's getting to
Algeria. But tomorrow's matches are going to be. I mean, start with Algeria versus DR Congo, and then Cote d'Ivoire versus Burkina Faso.
Yeah, that's magic.
Yeah, both very, very tight. I don't think there's a clear favorite there for either match. You can hear the brass band playing. Yeah, Mr.
Definitely. So creating a bit of ambience there.
What kind of music is that?
That's orchestra, classical Mozambican inspired orchestras. I shouldn't say more on that one actually.
I've got a private comment. Do you know the Big Brother program? No. Like a lot of participants, living in the same house for 3-4 months.
With surveillance all the
Yeah,
time.
we look like that.
And there's a counter attack here. Nigeria going forward. It's Lookman, Africa's best football player, playing it wide perhaps. No, playing it to Osimhen, and the ball has been intercepted by Mozambique.
You're following along. We're at 7 minutes and 48, 7 minutes 49, 7 minutes 50.
Reneil the Mandava is very getting his centre back here.
A pretty dynamic game so far, going back and forth, and hereby passing it to Alice.
Yeah, I mean, especially compared to the Egypt game. I don't know if you guys have been watching that Egypt game. That was a tough watch. This game so far has been excellent. Like Nigeria have been finding spaces. Mozambique, you probably say have been a bit concerning how easily open they are, but even you saw flashes as well as what they can provide. And I think the big winner, look, Mozambique was probably my favorite team to watch in the last AFCON. What they did to Egypt, what they did to Ghana in those games was superb to watch with guys like Gima and the defensive solidity. But the one player that let me down in many ways was Jenny Katamo, who for me is the star. He's so good. And in this tournament, he has stepped up. The goals he scored, everything seems to go through him essentially in this Mozambican attack, and for very good reason. For me, he was probably the best winger in the group.
I was going to say, was he in your best team of the group stages?
He was. That right wing was obviously very, very hard because you had Mahrez, Brahim Diaz. Like that was the hardest. But for me, in terms of what he offered the team, in terms of one player carrying a team, he was the best winger at the tournament so far.
Nigeria will probably win 4-1 versus Mozambique.
Nigeria played 4-1 versus Mozambique is one of the comments. My prediction was 3-1. 3-1 or 4-1 actually.
We have a free kick coming in here from the side. Could be a potential chance. Lookman's at the ball.
It's not
Sorry.
Who was that?
Nwachi.
Alright, Lookman is on the ball there.
So they are together there.
No, it's on your right cheek. Takes it. It's up for a corner. Where have you guys made of the round of 16 matches so far? Ali, let's start with the first one was who? Wasn't Morocco?
The first one was us in Tangier, Senegal and Sudan.
You guys went to that match?
Yeah, we went to that. That was
also very rainy.
Yeah. It was really, really rainy at the end in the second half, and when we left, like trying to get out of the stadium was an absolute nightmare. It was like the country was just full of water. I mean, that game was great, right? Like that was probably, I would say, of all the games, with perhaps the exception of Morocco, Tanzania. Oh, for sure. I think that was Samia Jai again. What a threat off set pieces, man.
And look, man, his delivery on
Again, yeah. But I think that game gave us everything, right? It gave us the glimpse of Sudanese hope, because obviously Sudan's story is, for me, the best story of any team at this tournament. They brought so much to it. They have so much belief, and what a goal it was to score from Amir Abdallah, who's obviously one of the guys who's come from abroad playing in Australia. But of course, then we got to see the big guns of Senegal, because for me, Senegal are probably the best team at this tournament. And I don't know what you thought, Booster, but in that second half, Ibrahim Mbaye, Sadio Mane in particular, wow, you just saw the depth and the strength.
Exactly. And I mean, that's big teams, the level that we know that they sail.
I mean, returning on Sudan, we the three of some before the game, and a lot of the players said they would bring a smile back on the faces of the Sudanese people. I thought to myself that was rather stereotypical. Like, is that not just something they say, like a cliche? But then when Abdallah, I think he's called, that guy playing in Australia, his football, when he scored that goal, all these stereotypes are just vanishing, because that was actually just pure joy to watch. And really looking over at the opposite tribune, and you see the dancing and celebration going on, covered in Sudanese flags. That was for me one of the most special moments this far.
Are you serious?
No, I mean, like, people were hearing us, but they were hearing us on the microphone. So you're holding it up to your mouth.
Welcome to the real live stream, which is starting now, where you can now hear us all.
And it's 12 minutes in. Mozambique is actually trying to be quite, I would say, attacking when they get the ball, despite Nigeria dominating it this far.
Always improv. Thank you for your feedback, saving the audio of this stream. I've got his comments here. Thank you, sir. Lookman again.
Jeez.
Yeah, Maher, what was, because obviously we were traveling back from Tangier, so we missed the joys, the excellent football, and the vibrant football being played.
But to be honest, so it was in Casa. I love Casa. For me, Casa is the soul of Moroccan football. And so that was really cool to see, first of all. 42,000 people on, what was it, a Saturday or a Friday evening? In the Mohammed V Stadium, showing up to two teams where they don't really have too many connections with, a lot of locals. Oh, Nigeria had a chance on a corner here. We played 13 minutes and 30 seconds, 13 minutes 31, 13 minutes 32.
Yeah, who are the locals cheering for? Because usually in the games, there's a clear team that they support.
It wasn't really the case this time around. They were kind of supporting and then probably hating on both teams. But I don't necessarily. For me, like I don't have to see like very exciting attacking football. I'm the tactical battles also interest me. And I remember asking about Tom Saintfiet about the idea of playing that 4-4-1-1 against Morocco in the second match day of the group stages. And he was like, he explained the reasons why he played that. You were next to me, Ali, when he did. And he said, I can do it because, the game's done. I probably won't play it again. And then he went and he played with the exact same formation against Tunisia. So I was surprised that both sides, I think, respected each other way too much. Obviously, the red card affected the game as well. It was very rainy and windy as well. But I thought honestly, it wasn't the greatest game, but I enjoyed the tactical battle. I think no team is going to want to go and play against Mali.
No, not at all.
It's such a nightmare matchup,
No, not at all.
Morocco experienced.
Yeah, and that's where it would be so interesting to see Senegal tested in that sense. Really have to break down.
Because Senegal's attack, they score goals through their sheer quality. Have they been as sharp as they should be? I don't know. Maybe I'm too harsh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we expect too much.
You expect too much
international
from Morocco,
teams.
Senegal.
Yeah,
but Senegal they scored 3 goals against Sudan.
Yeah.
3 goals against Benin.
3 goals against Botswana. And a goal against
DRC. So they're at 10 goals in.
And in that DR Congo game, particularly in that first half, DR Congo didn't even have a shot on target. I think only had 1 shot. Like they completely dominated. Yes, DR Congo came back in the second half and were very good value for the draw. But in that first half in particular, I mean, Senegal looked.
And Mozambique
so
is attacking now.
Yeah.
Dominguez.
Mouse comes in, cleared only partly, now cleared completely.
Is this Mark Gleason?
No, it's Dwayne. It's yeah, they sound very similar. It's the other white South African who does comms for CAF. he's a nice guy.
Both Senegal and Morocco are severely overrated, to be honest.
Man, always you're coming up with some heavy,
Oh, I want to hear
heavy opinions. No, I'm just reading.
I mean, unfortunately, I was at the game in Casablanca, so I didn't witness it in person. But I do wonder whether Senegal should start Ibrahim Mbaye in the next match.
What a player, man!
As someone who follows PSG very regularly, I'm not really surprised by how he's performed. He's always been. PSG went through a big injury crisis this autumn, and he's kind of played fairly regularly for them. And you know, he's played against. He's played in the Champions League very often this season. He's played somewhat regularly from the start in Liga as well. So I think he's ready to. I mean, he's only 17. I think he turns 18 at the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken. But I think he's ready. He's shown that he's ready to.
Were you surprised he chose to play for Senegal?
That's why I was gonna. And was there reaction in France to that? Like,
I think because in France he's kind of part of this batch of PSG players who are kind of coming through. You have Seni Mayulu as well. Zaï-Emery we've known about for a while, but sort of that generation of young talents. Yeah, just a generation of young talents coming from that PSG academy who they don't really have the media attention just yet. So there wasn't so much of a reaction per se, but it was kind of surprising to see him commit that early at 17.
especially because he could have also played for Morocco as well, right? Like it wasn't.
Really?
I think it wasn't just France. I think he's eligible to play for Morocco.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I was at his debut for Senegal. In the game in which they lost to Brazil in London, and so it was kind of a really big deal there. And I'm pretty sure I can't remember what pathway, like grandparents or parents, but he was eligible for Morocco, which for me is like what spoke to the like strength of Senegal. Like not only are you competing with France, who obviously like have the draw of being France, you know, this incredible team, but also Morocco, who are, you know, probably the best, like quote unquote, recruiters in like world football in terms of the amount of work they put in.
Mamadou Sarr too. Mamadou Sarr also choosing Senegal at 20 years old. 20 years old, I think so.
20,
Yeah, currently playing for Strasbourg. And probably the heir apparent to Kalidou Koulibaly. That's the thing. They have like
So much
Mbaye coming in attack, and then they have Sarr in defense. They have Habib Diarra, who's been
Lamine
incredible.
Camara, we haven't even seen at this tournament.
I've been a little disappointed with him and
He's been in and out the team, starting on the bench.
Pape Gueye, I think, has just been crucial.
been
Idrissa
excellent.
Gana Gueye has been crucial, and then Habib Diarra since he came back from injury.
Can I ask you guys a question about Mbaye? That's how I pronounce it, no? Mbaye. Do you think when such a young player, you know, breaks through, is there like a plan for him? Does the coach or even the federation have like a plan of how they want to introduce him? Or is it just as simple as when he's good enough, he's just playing? Or do they want to like slowly, you know?
I have no idea. One second. Akor Adams crosses the ball. And there's a goal. 19 minutes and 41 seconds, and Nigeria score. They're up 1-0 against Mozambique, and that didn't take too long. And I think it was coming. Nigeria, because remember in 2021, we deemed them the champions of the group stage at the AFCON. And then they go to the round of 16 and they lose to Tunisia, this guy's country. And now
they're getting off to a good start in the run of 16. And it's Akor Adams running the channels, cutting the ball back to Adamola Lookman, who opens up his body and finishes with a lot of conviction.
It might just be me because I've not been in Fez yet, and I've mainly been in Rabat, but then also Tangier Agadir. But it feels like Adamola Lookman has quietly been arguably the best player at this tournament, but like has not, been registered in the same way.
3
as
goals
Diaz.
and 2 assists.
2 assists, yeah, which takes him above Mane for most goals and assists.
How many does Diaz has? 4.
Diaz has
4 goals, 0
goals,
assists.
0 assists.
And Mane is what?
Mane has 1 goal, 3 assists. And yeah, but I think Lookman now is on 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I mean, highly criticized coming to the AFCON, like several of these players, like Mane, like Mahrez, and showing up when they need him. I think it's a shame this Nigeria team is not going to the World Cup.
I agree. Yeah, it's amazing to see Congo going there, and if they do get there, obviously they beat Jamaica or New Caledonia, but what a story that'll be. But yeah, just when you see your teams going into the World Cup, at the AFCON, I always want the underdogs to win. I want the small African teams to do well. When it comes to the World Cup, to be honest, you want the big hitters. You want the best the continent has to offer. And in many ways, Nigeria are in the best 9 teams, 10 teams.
Look at this press.
Ooh. Yeah,
Five players.
but good job breaking it by Mozambique too. But there it is. Well done, Mezahi. To answer your question, Booster, I think it's really a case-by-case basis, man. Depends on the federation, depends on the coach, depends on their kind of vision.
Yeah, probably.
I remember. Sorry?
Do you bench India for Mbaye?
Iliman and for Ibrahim and Mbaye.
Well, in the last game, both were on the bench. It was Sarr who started, and they played with the midfield 3. So it's
I was thinking more for Ismail Assar.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, at the
So it'd
moment.
be Mbaye on the right,
Mane
Ismail
on the
Assar
left.
behind, Mane on the left, and Nicholas Jackson up top. But I think a lot of it is also going to depend on
But also if you play
how Mali you're going to line up to.
Yeah. And if you play that way, then there's no
There's only 2
there's no space for probably Habib Diarra,
Yeah.
which is like
Idrissa Gana Gueye and Pape Gueye.
yeah, because those 2 I think are nailed on. Ironically, we're coming at when Senegal last won the AFCON / a couple years before, right? Their whole problem was they just had all these guys like Idrissa Gana Gueye, like Pathé Ciss, Sheikh Kouyaté, like no creativity in midfield, but all these like really kind of physical defensive midfielders. Hey.
Mozambique have a chance. Who's Mozambique number 9?
That's Bengal, Faisal Bengal.
This is my first time watching Mozambique this tournament.
Speaking about Mbaye and his origins, Mbaye's mother is from Morocco. And I think recruiting him was a very big move from Senegal, because when you have such a talented player, you want to recruit him because when it comes to African national teams, he will help convince other future talents to join the Senegalese national team, because it speaks volumes on the ambitions of the federation and the team.
100%.
Yeah, to finally answer your question, Booster, I can remember Ismail Ben Nasser when he came to Algeria. He was actually at the 2017 African Cup of Nations 8 years ago. And he came as a 17-year-old. At the time, he was at Arsenal. He had played 1 senior single match.
I had no idea. Yeah. I had no idea he was ever at Arsenal.
Yeah, he was at the Arsenal Academy.
Wow.
What a pass from Iwobi. Iwobi finds Lookman in the 24th minute and 11 seconds. Oh, there's a goal. I think this one's not offside. Victor Osimhen scored. He has a mask now.
He has a mask.
What the hell? What is that?
On the mask.
It stopped raining.
It's a different mask, no?
It's clearly established how important the mask is to his performance.
Yeah.
2-0. This is we're well on our way to, I think, a good 3-1, 4-1, something like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Moroccan kids with the Nigerian flags in the stands, also beautiful to watch.
Nigeria are serious, huh? I've been struggling to commit.
But
to
again,
thinking
look,
again.
it's somebody running down the channel. Who is it? It's Adamola Lookman.
this time.
Another assist.
Yeah.
For Lookman.
Wow.
Gets his head up, and there's the pass. They're running down the channels has been
so good. Oh, nutmegs Renildo. Yeah.
So what is the stats now for Lookman?
6 goals and assists.
Three goals? No, 2 goals and 4 assists.
assists.
Wow.
Just a small comment here. We're watching the replay of the goal. Guys, could we say it was a bit poor defending by Mozambique here?
Yeah,
It goes
for
through the
sure.
legs and one of the central defenders.
Both
He should have done more
centre-backs
to that
could have
ball,
cleared
that
it.
cross coming in.
That's not even a question.
But well said.
Anyways,
On a less serious note, I got a new private comment. One guy asking why you're wearing a Christmas hat.
Very good question.
First of all, thank you so much for that, Christian. Actually, it's because I forgot wearing it during Christmas. So now I'm just bringing it here.
you forgot to wear it.
Yeah, I forgot to wear it during Christmas. I mean, if the guy watching here is uncomfortable, of course I'll take it off. But
26 minutes and 10 seconds played, 26 minutes and 11 and 12 and 13 and 14. Just a statistic has just popped up on the television screen. Nigeria have 6 shots to Mozambique's none.
That's not a good look.
Yeah, this looks like it's already over.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh, another chance for Nigeria. Bright Osai Samuel puts a cross in. Osimhen heads it from just about the top of the box, but he heads it wide.
I think what Nigeria is doing so well in this game, when you're playing teams that are obviously lower quality than yourself, they're moving the ball so fast. You know, they don't let the Mozambican players come and stand in front of them, and I think that's been the recipe for the success here.
It's the exact opposite of what Tunisia were doing when they had an extra man against Mali. They were moving the ball so slow. This guy needs to pull his shorts up. Goalkeeper, man. He's cramping up? No.
A bit early for cramp.
Guys, this is also the Osimhen's second goal in this Africa Cup of Nations. So one more than the previous one when they got to the final.
And just his 4th ever goal.
Yeah. So I mean, he's
third. Because he scored how many? He scored 1 in Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Did he not score 1 in 2019?
No. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is his first goal in the AFCON knockout phase. I think psychologically is very important for Nigeria.
Because that's probably the reason why he played the 3rd and final match of the group stages, right? There's no other reason to play him. You're guaranteed first place. And they left him on for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
I think just to maybe get him
Try and get
goals,
him into it.
yeah, get his confidence going. Man, this, you know what I'm thinking about right now?
Tea?
I'm not thinking about tea. I'm thinking about the fact that if Algeria gets by a very, very tough DRC team, we're playing these guys in Marrakesh.
This is what lies in wait, man.
And then after that, Morocco and Prince Moulay Abdallah, and then after that, probably Senegal or Egypt or Cote d'Ivoire.
That would be the best.
I think this will be the toughest run ever. I think so. I have like lower and lower confidence that I don't think this is going to happen.
This is why I've been saying right from the start of the round of 16. Algeria, for me, have been the best team at this tournament, and I don't think they're going to win
With
it.
the least amount of chance of winning
Yeah.
it, maybe.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Maher.
No, but it's normal, man. Like,
Still hasn't pulled up the shorts, the diver.
I don't know, like what. Well, actually, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I don't know if Spain's chances are winning 4 or 5 matches consecutively against all those teams, but that's probably an exaggeration. Spain would probably win.
Anyways, Maher is already celebrated in 2019, so now it's
Exactly. Give someone else a turn.
yeah, like Kenya, or Booster Zambia,
Yeah.
or Tunisia, maybe next time.
Raphael, do you have a favorite African? Senegal.
As technically a CAF employee, I cannot possibly comment on that.
I think you like Senegal the most.
Senegal
I don't know
rec.
why. That's
I
my.
do rate Senegal.
Senegal rec. Huh?
Right, Alex? Senegal rec.
Senegal rec.
Senegal rec.
Doing a great job with this Nigerian side.
He is, and this 4-4-2 that they've been playing has been working to a T.
Oh,
I think it's always a formation that tends to
look at him.
Osimhen. It's always a formation that tends to suit the Nigerians because it very easily almost becomes like a 4-2-4, and they have very few central midfielders.
Osimhen looks in all.
Osimhen looks like he's in a very a lot of pain. This could be maybe a red card.
Yeah, they look like there might have been some contact in his midriff.
30 minutes and 17 seconds, 30 minutes, 18 seconds.
Belly.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Osimhen slide tackles and no, I didn't see much
Doesn't
there.
look that bad, yeah.
Yeah.
So he slides in, and it looks like
right foot.
the right foot
Difficult from that angle
just
to
catches
see
him.
I don't see anything that's
But it
deliberate.
Doesn't look like
No, so what's happening is Osimhen, sorry, is doing like a sliding tackle, and then the Mozambican player is kind of falling over him, and in that process, potentially stepping on him. But now Osimhen is standing again and running. So yeah, I think we can fair to say he was exaggerating there.
we've got a comment from Pele Kirchner, who's saying that guy Lookman, what a guy. You can't argue with that. That's what we've been saying, man. Lookman is he looks so good. He's back to his kind of best after
And
a
I
rough
think
year.
one of the ways he's regained his confidence is from set pieces. And now we're 31 minutes and 15 seconds, 31 minutes, 16 seconds, and he's taken another set piece. That one, I just jinxed him. He hit too far.
Is that Bassi?
Yeah.
Every time Bassi gets on the ball now in an attacking position, all I think is what is Chukwueze going to say the next time these guys record a video? If you haven't seen some of the abuse Chukwueze gives Bassi for that missed shot when he was playing for Fulham, you have to look it up. It's so funny. Those guys are always just such jokes.
Oh. Will Nigeria score 4 goals in this game?
Definitely they will. Yeah, my bet is they'll score 5.
Will they score 4? At least 4.
At least 4, yes. Even before half time, really.
But going back to Lookman, did you see such a good Lookman coming? Because at the beginning of the season, he didn't.
Look again. Look, he finds a space, turns, drives, gets the ball to Core Adams. Great cross.
Yeah, I was saying he didn't even play that much for Atalanta. He missed the preparation. He missed first games. Had some issues with Juric, the first coach. So,
but I mean, just another example of African stars struggling with their club, I guess, like Mohamed Salah coming to the AFCON and turning things around. There was another player that we talked about, but I don't recall who it was. Maybe struggling with their club and came to their national team and performed.
That's surprising that it's this one-sided, no?
Yeah, I didn't see this coming. I expected a lot more from Mozambique.
Me too.
Yeah, I've been very disappointed.
Booster, what's Mozambique like?
No, I've been fortunate enough to travel there just one time. Spent some few days in Beira, highly recommendable place at the coast. Place where you can, visit the beach, have a swim, and very relaxing vibe. So. And I hear very good things about Maputo. If someone watching has been to Maputo, please tell us how it is, because it's one of those places in Africa that has a lot of interesting history. I think that all, definitely the colonial architecture from Portugal, very interesting. And so yeah, please also let us know if you've been to Mozambique. We'd love to know more about the country.
The one thing I will say about Mozambique that is very jarring when you're there is that if you're not in Maputo, is Mozambique geographically lines up north to south with the east coast of Africa, right? Tanzania, Kenya, Somalia. But Maputo is in the southwest corner of Mozambique, and South Africa is Mozambique's biggest trading partner. So Mozambique is on Central African time. Oh, here we go. And I say that they almost scored. So they're on Central African time with South Africa, which means in Mozambique, even though it's fairly close to the equator, particularly northern Mozambique, where I've been, instead of saying Kenya and Tanzania, where the sun sets and rises almost consistently throughout the year at 6:30 to 6:30, in Mozambique, it's 4:30 to 5:30. So sunrise throughout the entire year is at 5:30, and sunset at 5:30 in the morning, and sunset is at 5:30 in the evening. So say, for instance, like we would get up to play football in the morning, we'd be getting up at like 4:30. So you could go and start playing football at 5 just when it's starting to get light before people have to go to work. And when it's like 9 p.m., you feel like it's been dark for so long because it has. So everyone goes to bed very early. So it's a very, very strange country to be in from like a time zone perspective.
It
And,
does
like,
feel like the north and the south of the country, this is just my uneducated take, are completely different, right?
Separated.
Yeah,
completely different.
That's what it would feel like.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't speak to what it's like in Maputo. And I don't
Yeah, I
think
mean,
Booster can.
you have the northern part being Kiswahili speaking area, and then south, which I guess is 1,000 kilometers or more.
Yeah.
You have these beautiful bounty beaches with lots of South African surfers and tourists coming in. So yeah, definitely very very contrastful. And I want to just mention like a bonus information here on Mozambican football or football at Mozambique. When sometimes we have these discussions like who was the best player in the world history, was it Pele, Maradona, these players? Sometimes someone would mention Eusebio, this legend who played for Portugal. He actually has his origins from Mozambique. So I mean,
which neighborhood?
Yeah, they grew up in Mafalala neighborhood in Maputo, legendary place where actually football was like, it was two different sports. There was like the sport that the Portuguese colonialists would introduce, and then the sport was actually Africanized by the Mozambicans, who would play a complete different sport, way more expressive, way more spontaneous than the very like organized and tactically strict football that the colonizers would play. So a lot of football heritage to actually dig into if you ever get to Mozambique.
Would you ever compare it to
big chance here. Adamo Lookman on the ball. Tries to play to Core Adams. 36 minutes, 41 seconds, 36 minutes, 42 seconds, 36 minutes, 43 seconds. Nigeria still up 2-0 and still applying a severe amount of pressure. What were you saying, Alasdair, before that?
Lookman, they're looking for more assists, not goals. No, I was going to ask Booster, you were talking about the expressiveness. Does that have any comparison with like Casiflava and, this kind of
Definitely
disky football?
The way football was brought to Africa was like, by the colonial regimes as a way of like, you have to do like us, you have to be quote unquote civilized, and in many cases, I think Mozambique is one of the greater ones. Football was Africanized. People played on their own terms, showed their own characteristics, interpreted the game in their own ways as like a tool of resistance. Of course, we also see this. We saw that with politics. In the anti-colonial struggles, you have a lot of some of the first presidents applying football as a tool of fighting against these regimes. So I guess it's comparable to Casiflava, but what exactly is Casiflava? Like, if people don't know, what's Casiflava?
I mean, I'm certainly not the one to ask
Okay.
as a non-South African, but I mean, my perception of it is it's similar, right? It's
Flair.
it's football born out of townships and born out of that kind of the idea of expression. And Maher, you were speaking about it on the very brilliant African Five-a-Side podcast in your interview with Fadlu Davids, weren't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he brought it up mostly by himself. He was saying that growing up playing in South Africa, people prefer to play with flair than score goals, because with flair you get a reaction out of a crowd, and with a goal you just have to. There's no nets in the goals, and it's just two rocks, so you have to go chase the ball.
I love that.
You have to go chase the ball. That's what you associate with scoring goals. Is
goals are not really that nice.
Yeah, it's not rewarding in that sense.
Which is interesting, because when I grew up and you play without nets, if you scored, the other team had to go get the ball.
Yeah,
Whereas if you missed, you had to go get the ball. So interesting that Fadlu's saying is a little different in South Africa.
Guys, we said we were expecting more from Mozambique. Don't you think that the physical aspect is like key? Because this is the fourth game in 10 days, and Mozambique average age is of 30.5, and they are playing Dominguez, which is one of the oldest players to play AFCON at 42. They also have Meher, defender 37. So don't you think that maybe simply more tired than Nigerians? Nigeria also had the chance to rotate in the third game because they were already qualified.
That's the key difference for me, more than anything else.
Yeah, definitely having that extra rest has makes such a huge difference. And also something I think we don't appreciate often in tournaments is travel, right? Mozambique have played in, correct me if I'm wrong, Agadir and Marrakesh in their group games, which aren't super close. It's not like Casa and Rabat, and then now they've had to travel up to Fez, whereas Nigeria have been same hotel, same training, same matches.
But that's the reward for finishing first in your group.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, nice pass from me. Iwobi, Osimhen.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Because it's yes, in part it's the reward for finishing first, but also all the pot one teams got to play all their matches in the same place.
Yeah.
Like, is that like just rewarding them for being in the first pot, or does that feel a bit unfair? Because it gives you such a strong advantage, right? Like if you're Nigeria, you're playing all your games in Fez. If you're Morocco, you're playing all your matches in the Malay Abdallah. If you're, Cote d'Ivoire, you're playing
Tangier, Algiers and Moulay Hassan.
Exactly. And obviously some of them get more of an advantage, say Senegal, because now they do top their group. They're staying in Tangier all the way to the final. Whereas some of the others, they do eventually have to move in the quarterfinals.
Wait, Senegal is staying in Tangier until the final?
And yeah, quarterfinal, semi-final, everything. They're so well set up.
We can testify to a lot of Senegalese are there. A lot of Senegalese are there in Tangier.
I need to go. I still haven't been.
I think this is one way to favor the biggest national teams, because in terms of visibility and marketing, you want the biggest national teams to go up until the final, until the end. And this is one way, not too controversial, to favor them.
Yeah. Unfair to the smaller teams, I guess. We've now played 41 minutes and 29 seconds, 41 minutes and 30 seconds, still 2-0 to Nigeria's Super Eagles.
And I mean, always improv brings up Algeria as the other one, but yeah, first seed, playing every game in Moulay Hassan.
But we're not staying in Moulay Hassan until the final.
Exactly.
That's just for Senegal and for
Morocco.
Mozambique attacking.
Jenny Katama on the ball, taking on Calvin Bassi.
Hey,
cuts in with a nutmeg,
gets out.
And Bassi dispossesses.
Don't you think this would also help Algeria? Algeria will be playing their quatrième match of the AFCON in the same stadium, while DRC have to drop.
But do they have to travel much, DRC? Because they were in. They played one match in Tangier, but the rest of their matches.
Well, Rabat, Tangier, Rabat,
and then Rabat,
Yeah,
so it's
and
not
then
a huge amount of travel.
No, same stadium, but 3 out of 4
in Rabat. Yeah,
and
so
then
I don't think
Marrakech.
they had to travel too much.
Yeah, so they've done all right.
Did they take the train?
Presumably.
Good question. Really?
I saw them on the
I don't
train.
know.
I saw someone can enlighten us, but I saw them on the train, taking the train. And another fun fact about the Congolese and travel and logistics, I saw Cizmic Bakambu tweeting the other day that his luggage is still lost. And why I'm saying this because mine is also lost.
But you found it.
I found it though, so
After how many
listeners
days?
can relax. But 16, 17 days, no luggage. So this is definitely not a commercial for Turkish Airlines, much the contrary.
Or Iberian Air.
No, Iberian.
16 days without your luggage, without your beautiful Angola jersey, right?
Definitely. Thank you so much for the question.
And by the time he got it, they were already knocked out.
Yeah. Freddie was crying when I.
Yeah, poor Freddie.
Poor Freddie.
Cassie Flavor is the township football played in the dusty beaches. They prefer it than grass pitches. They prioritize show chasing skills than results.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Facts. I'm Julie Kid.
Thank you so much for that contribution, man.
Is it Cassie Flava? Or, I thought it was Flava, like flavor.
I think it is.
Yeah, Cassie
Yeah.
Flava. Yeah. Oh, look at how high Nigeria is pressing.
Yeah.
43 minutes in, they seem to have done really well with their strength and conditioning, I think. But at the same time, they've conceded a lot of late goals.
Yeah.
Against Zimbabwe, against Tunisia. They've conceded late goals in those matches. So something to watch out for.
Uganda.
Against Uganda as well? Was it late?
Sorry, Uganda and Zimbabwe.
not Zimbabwe.
I always mix
okay,
those two up. I don't know why. Yellow, black, and red flags, I think. Aqua Adams on the ball.
Lovely,
Takes a shot.
Ooh.
Just
No
wide.
wide.
Just wide.
Just wide, goes to the far corner. A call, but I don't think it was that close. Let's look at the replay. Yeah.
Passed.
Dribbled one player. I don't think it's near. Almost a meter, something like that.
Great picture of the calf tape on the posts.
What happened to that post?
I'm
We
not
don't
sure.
really know what happened to the post.
Is
I think.
is it being held together by tape?
I think so, man. I think it's being held together by tape. And I guess the rain is also playing a part in it.
But Nigeria, I think, for a long period of time, were searching for that partner for Victor Osimhen. Like they tried Victor Boniface. They tried a few different strikers. Tolu Urokadare during the World Cup qualifiers, exactly. And Adams, I think, is the one that, because I remember watching Araujo Dare and they were occupying the same space as him and Osimhen. But Akor Adams seems to complement him very well. So they finally found that. Good tackle, Bray Osei Samuel.
Oh, you
Imagine they had Ola Aina in this tournament too.
Yeah, man.
I think he just recovered.
Yeah, he played for Nottingham
Did he
Forest. Yeah, this weekend.
We've been keeping track of the African players that have that have played. We said Yohan Wissa scored. Who else?
Lamek Banda
Against Juventus, 1-1 Juventus Lecce.
and
Lamek Banda.
Tawanda Maswanise scored on his return to Motherwell.
So he's leading scorer in Scotland.
Yeah, he's back to being the joint top goal scorer in Scotland. I think now for.
And so interesting that Lamek Banda scores. I think he played a dreadful AFCON. He was
so
like
bad.
so anonymous. We expected a lot from him. He came up, started his career as this huge talent, big expectations. But this AFCON, he didn't really he didn't really create anything worth talking about. And then he scores in the first game back in Europe. That's how odd football sometimes is.
I think it speaks volumes about the importance of context, because many times we expect a lot.
What is Noah Belly doing?
We're so bad at comments. Yeah.
Look, man, this brings the counter attack. It's Akor Adams running.
Core Adams.
He finds Lookman again. Lookman dummies. The goalkeeper staying in front of him.
That's too much.
There's just about a minute left until halftime now.
I was saying that many times we expect a lot from players when they're with the national team, but we.
What was that? What was that?
A collision between
Gida and Onyeka?
They don't want me to speak.
Sorry, man. Go on.
The Nigerians don't want you to speak.
I was saying many times we expect a lot from players with the national team, but we forget that this is not an individual sport. So there are just a few players who can change a team alone, by themselves, and probably Lamek Banda can do much with the Zambia team who performs so bad.
Just want to ask you guys, you want any tea in the break? Because I think I want to go and get some tea now.
I'm gonna sleep.
We can tell the viewers here, the listeners, that tea is probably the number one drink in Morocco. I think I can say that for sure. I mean, it's everywhere. Let me go and get some tea, guys. We still haven't heard you commentating.
Yeah, Raphael. Can we start the second half with you commentating for 5 minutes? If we get you some tea?
Sure.
Yeah.
I need some tea to get the dulcet tones coming.
It's a shame that AFCON is moving to every 4 years.
Yeah, it is a shame.
It is a shame.
Yeah. I think most journalists agree with that. I think very few disagree with that.
Most players and
I think
coaches
most
as
players
well.
and
Yeah.
coaches as well. There have been some players that have said it's a good thing. Vladimir Pekovic, one of them. Issa Mandi, another, the Algerian captain or vice captain. But look, ultimately, with what we can't dispute is that this is an idea that very probably came from FIFA and not from CAF. So not a sovereign decision, number one. Number two, CAF is, there's your buddy.
Shout out.
And Gelson Fernandez.
Gelson Fernandez from FIFA, yeah. The other thing is CAF makes most of its money from AFCON. And it's taking FIFA's word for the fact that FIFA is going to help them make money with this so-called Nations League. I don't think it's a Nations League, because the Nations League is supposed to promote competition between teams of similar statuses, right? And this one is going to be geo-restricted, so that's almost impossible.
And halftime is there.
Halftime 2-0 for
Yeah, but to be honest, correct me if I'm wrong. Both Regragui and Saiz, they think it's a
good thing.
It's a good thing to
play
AFCON every 4 years.
At the end of the day, like some player, I think if you're a player and you really like playing club football and if you prioritize your club career, it's probably a good thing for you. If you're a journalist and you want to work more and you want to get together with your friends, it's not a good thing. If you're FIFA, it's a good thing. The question is it good for the financial health of CAF? I don't think so, because what was the last idea that Gianni Infantino had for African football?
The African Super League.
How did that go?
Terribly.
Yeah, okay. So why would they take his word for it that this time around it's going to go?
I mean, the initial argument that Motsepe made in 2021 was that AFCON should not be every 4 years, but should remain 2 years because it's the main source of income. So cut in half all the income. So we don't actually know what happened between 2021 and that very infamous press conference 3 or 4 weeks ago. Looking forward to do more writing on that one.
Buster, go get us some tea. I think we're gonna. Should we take a break for halftime? Yeah, let's
Would you
take
like-
a break. Let's cut the mic, and we're gonna cut the image, and then we'll be back at the beginning of the second half. Let's go.
You think I can buy like a pot? You guys don't think we can do like our own adverts, a halftime show? You know, sponsored I think it's always
All right, second half has started. So testing. Please let me know if the audio is working. I don't want to have a repeat experience of the first half where the first 12 minutes, the audio was very poor. But 2-0 to Nigeria. It's do or die time for Mozambique. They brought on 2 substitutes. One of the players is a central midfielder and one of them is an attacker. So we had Infran Matola coming on for Diego Kalila, and Dominguez came off for Manuel Kambala, who I think on the back of his shirt is Nanana. So here we go. One thing to keep in mind for the second half, and do let us know again if the audio is okay, is that Nigeria have conceded goals late. So this 2-0 lead, I still don't think it's very, very comfortable. I think one more goal is probably necessary if Nigeria want to be completely at ease. Raphael, that's what the commentators say. They always say, what is it? 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in football?
Exactly.
Most dangerous lead in football. So, what do you think? You think Mozambique can make it a game?
I hope so. I think I have a soft spot for Mozambique personally, as one of their players played for the team I support, Bordeaux, Meher. But it doesn't look as though he's through. Wow. And there's the third goal.
Victor
Osimhen getting his second.
I don't know.
I think it was an own goal.
Victor Osimhen, I think, scored a brace unless it's an own goal. And Ademola Lookman, does that count as an assist if it's an own goal?
But that's just Osimhen. He would celebrate whatever.
Yeah, of course. But that would be goal contribution number 7 for Victor Osimhen. Sorry, for Ademola Lookman, yeah, which is crazy.
But let me ask you, Raphael, can you, as technically CAF employee, can you say that you have a soft spot for Mozambique?
Let's just hope nobody was listening.
I think is that an Osimhen goal? I think it might be.
It is.
It might have gone off his shin.
It is.
That's an Osimhen goal.
That seems like an Osimhen goal, yeah.
Which means goal contribution number 7 for Ademola Lookman.
Impressive.
He has a hand in every single goal in this match?
Yeah.
Is it
1 goal and 2 assists.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I'm sorry for Atalanta, but we want Lookman to be at this AFCON until the end.
Yeah. Seriously. Wow. What a player.
And now, this is game over. I think this game might be done.
Yep. As I was saying, the had a soft spot for Mozambique because of their defender Meher, but he did play for Bordeaux in the season where we conceded 92 goals. So
was Vladimir Pekovic coach?
Briefly, yes,
Yeah.
for part of that season, yeah.
Because that is one of the criticisms of Vladimir Pekovic is that, like, I remember some Bordeaux fans telling me, okay, you're going to score goals, but you're going to concede a lot.
So many goals. And it wasn't as though we had a bad defense either, because we had Meher and Laurent Koscielny as our centre-back pairing. But the approach, the tactical approach meant that we just conceded so many goals.
So Bordeaux fans, not huge fans of Pekovic.
No, but there are many other coaches who are more at fault for the position that we are in now.
What have you made of like his stint with Algeria so far, right, at this AFCON? Because Algeria, I think, only conceded 1 goal. I think that's the least amount in the tournament. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, more impressive than what he showed at Bordeaux.
For sure.
But yeah, no, impressed of him. I always find it interesting how whatever club he's in, he speaks Italian in presses and everything, even though he's not a native Italian speaker.
That's good for me. The only Italian journalist at the AFCON. At least I'm Italian. But where is Busta?
He wants to go get tea, but I don't know how far.
So this is your fault.
Yeah.
It was you who sent him to get some tea. What?
Lubricate his throat. That's what he said.
That's one way to put it.
3-0. 3-0, 50 minutes played, and it looks like it's going to be a pedestrian second half here. Yeah.
It's not conducive to
No,
exciting commentary,
yeah,
but
or a live watch along, really. Jeez, man. Here, Ali. Yeah. Say something interesting.
I mean, guys, it's probably not the best thing to say for a watch along, but the Nigerian fans, as always, bringing the best color into the stadium. Guys, speaking of which, who are the best fans at this AFCON, do you think?
I think Congo.
Congo.
Maybe I haven't been to Tangier, and they say Senegal. Oh my God, Lookman might just have his. Oh my God, he almost nearly had a third assist in this game. Again, getting himself in those positions, playing the ball with a cutback to Bright Osai Samuel, who shoots wide.
Yeah. Lookman is something else. Now, I mean, the Senegalese, like, it's hard to gauge how good the fans are because you're in the biggest.
It's such a big stadium.
At this tournament. So even at the game we were at against Sudan, it was like, I remember saying this. It's like it feels like it's empty, and yet there's just over 30,000 fans here. Like, how can that be?
He's onside. Jenny Katamo.
Decent ball. Jenny Katamo, lovely cut inside.
His shot is deflected by Calvin Bass.
Yeah, so it's hard to and look with Senegal and some of certain countries at the AFCON, right? You're always guaranteed certain things. Senegal, you're always guaranteed, Duzem Gainde, and you're always guaranteed those kind of sets of fans in the different colors standing on their chairs, kind of constantly dancing. They're doing the same thing side to side throughout the whole tournament. So that is always great to see. And the noise in that stadium still was quite impressive. But yeah, I think the Congolese probably have it for me.
I mean, they have the Lumumba impersonator,
yeah,
which I think probably has been the most viral moment or
100%.
piece of content out of the AFCON.
100%.
And then on top,
even CAF made its own content on him. So.
And then on top of that, if you guys understand French, there are like TikTok creators like Erman Amisi or Boris Becker that have just probably done the funniest skits about, being a fan at the AFCON.
Yeah, but don't you think that these fans and these, let's say, memes, these jokes take too much space and we tend, at least on social medias, to speak too little about African football, about AFCON football.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that for sure. But at the same time, like, that's kind of like what people like about the AFCON too. It's probably one of our strong points. It's probably one of the strongest marketing points as well. But you're right. Sometimes it overshadows the football, which can be a shame. But that's our job. Our job is to make sure that we provide good analysis or insightful reporting.
I do. And just on the fans thing as well. I think the Algerian fans have also been.
Yeah, but I mean that's
great.
Expected, right? Algerian fans, Tunisian fans, even to a point, I was expecting more Egyptian fans.
Yeah,
but
the Egyptians have been a bit of a disappointment because I mean, I was there for the first game in Agadir, but Mr. Amadou Pinnick is also there. I was there in Agadir for the first game, and the atmosphere was amazing, but mainly because of the Moroccans that came into the game to support the Zimbabweans.
against Egypt.
Yeah, I mean, when Zimbabwe scored, it was a far louder cheer than when Egypt scored.
Moroccan fans?
I haven't been to the last two Moroccan matches when apparently, like the Zambia match, they're saying the atmosphere was a lot better.
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
I wasn't there, so.
First Congo, 2 Senegal, and 3 Nigeria are the best fans.
That's what they said? Yeah, so Congo and then Senegal and then
Yeah,
Nigeria.
how was Nigeria? Because you guys went up to see them. I haven't seen them yet. So
there wasn't that many.
There wasn't that many Nigerians against Tunisia, to be honest. So,
but that soundtrack that you guys are hearing, the brass band,
they'll always be there.
It's exact same tune every single time. It's gospel music, if I understand correctly.
Still heartbroken with how our Bafana got knocked out.
Yeah, Bafana, I mean, tough loss, but I mean, ultimately, if we judge them on their 4 games, I mean, I don't think they deserve to go through. There was too many weak performances, in my opinion, too many glaring weaknesses. Ultimately, I think the players didn't step up. A player like Kalisu Mudau, who we were saying is maybe the second best right back in Africa after Ashraf Hakimi, had a poor tournament.
Tebza.
I mean, Raleigh Mofokeng, if you asked me 6 months ago, I would say he'd be doing what, Amad Diallo is or Yandi Omande is. And ultimately, because of whatever reasons there are, he hasn't really been able to do that. So, I mean, ultimately, your key players didn't step up. Your coach read his games wrong. And that can bite you when a team's in form like Cameroon. So, But I mean, Bafana, I still have hope that they might shock people at the World Cup. I don't know what you think, Ali. But
yeah, I mean, it's so hard to.
Who's in their group?
It's South Korea, likely to be Denmark and Australia. No, Australia with the US.
It's a pretty balanced group. Whoever they're in.
Mexico, of course.
Mexico, yeah, it's a very balanced group.
So they have every chance to get out of the group, and I think Hugo Bruce is very good at setting up a defensive team and a team with a good structure. I think that it's still a tough group, right? Because Booster can tell us more about Denmark. Look, this isn't the same Denmark. I'm part Scottish, so I recently watched them lose in that qualifier to Scotland. It is not the same Denmark team of maybe 2021, 2022, that kind of era. But this is still Denmark and Mexico at home, against in the Azteca, that will just be magic. And even South Korea, they're not a bad side. We know South Korea tend to play up to the level in World Cups. So I think you would think as a South African, this is one of the groups that African teams are in that you think, okay, we should be getting out of this group. But like you said, I think a lot of that confidence has been knocked because of this AFCON. I think there's been a big disappointments, and you've got this very young kind of set of players, you're talking about Apollos and Kota and Mofokeng, and Bokazi, who it's is this a World Cup too soon for them? But at the same time, this Hugo Bruce project is very much at its end. We know he's not staying on afterwards, so it's look. I think they need to. In many ways, go back to the draw board like Mozambique, because Nigeria are about to score again.
Handball.
And so we have to question, Maher, are you guys not disappointed in the stadium attendance of fine? Besides the Morocco games, most games seems to be low attendance.
I think the tournament started that way, but if you look at the round of 16 matches, so Senegal had a healthy supporting. In Tangier, in the first match against Sudan, Mali versus Tunisia was 42,000 out of a possible 48 in Casablanca. Morocco obviously had a full stadium for their match. And then who played yesterday? Oh, yeah. Cameroon versus South Africa, I thought it's a small stadium, but it was a good atmosphere. It wasn't empty.
14,000?
Yeah, 14 out of what, 18, I think? Yeah, so that, again, like these are.
Yeah, but that's mainly because of Moroccans attending games.
Yeah.
I'm very, very disappointed because I expected many, many more people from African diasporas in Europe to come. I think this was the most accessible AFCON ever in terms of expenses. I mean, it's relatively very cheap to get to Morocco from any European country, and it's a holiday period, so probably many people weren't working or not working. I must say that I'm disappointed also because this was the first time that CAF organized a trophy tour in Europe to bring this
diaspora tour.
Yeah, diaspora tour to bring the spirit of AFCON to African communities in Europe. So I thought that this might be the first time that like African diasporas really connect to the best competition in Africa on the ground. You know.
I don't know how accurate this is, but I read that there were 100,000 ticket requests from France. And then the next biggest was 7,000 from Belgium. 100,000 ticket requests sounds like a lot, but that's. I mean, if you spread it out, no, but if you spread it out across how many matches?
Yeah,
you know, that's in a stadium capacity of 33,000. That's 3 matches.
Yeah.
You know, so I agree. I thought there would have been more from the diaspora, and then I think Morocco kind of shot themselves in the foot. You know, instilling things like e-visas and the Yalla app. I think a lot of people I know, like people that were definitely discouraged because of that, for sure.
Yeah, and I also think we need to like. Oh, here we go. Nigeria on the attack again. Oh, Lookman just getting the ball caught under his feet. Oh, but then almost creating a chance for Aussie man. I think we need to also not conflate two things, right? Is for a long time now the AFCON has not had big crowds. You know, obviously, you know, like Maher.
Hey, sorry,
the T man is back.
Somebody came with tea.
And we have like, can we please have Buster in the frame?
Yeah, Buster's coming.
And run Treasure and Putu on the list of all-time GSC players. Kudos to Alex for the hats. Greetings from Kinshasa, guys.
Wow, beautiful.
Called Oscar Holstein.
Oh, okay,
Beautiful.
okay. Booster's coming. Booster wants to go get tea.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Booster.
I think we need to make sure we don't conflate certain things, right? Is because I think oftentimes when we think of AFCON, we think of the brilliant fans. We think of, and particularly Cote d'Ivoire was this amazing AFCON where, especially off the back of Cameroon and Egypt and Gabon, the kind of relatively inaccessible countries for different reasons. Cote d'Ivoire was Akbar Adams smashing it over there. Cote d'Ivoire offered, you know, a new way of viewing the AFCON because, you know, Cote d'Ivoire's, you know, geopolitics and position and cultural mixing, you know, it's pretty much the hub of Francophone West Africa, right? So you have Guinea-Conakry fans able to go to games for the first time, you know, Burkina Faso fans able to go to games for the first time in 20 years. So you had these great fans, but then I think because we look back on the AFCON so with such, you know, positive energy because of how amazing it was, in part because of what Cote d'Ivoire ended up doing, is we forget that when we watched Egypt and Mozambique in the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium, which is 40,000 seater or whatever it is, there was 1,000 fans, you know, and there was a lot of games like that. So I think we need to keep that in mind. Now, where we can maybe perhaps be a little critical of this tournament, right, is what Maher is saying, is that there's been some things that have put off fans. The energies outside the stadium hasn't really been there. We haven't, and partially that's because of the terrible weather. We haven't seen the same kind of positive energy where in Cote d'Ivoire, everyone was wearing the Ivorian shirt or a Malian shirt, or a Kinabe shirt, and it was this great energy. We haven't seen it here. But actually in stadiums, thanks in large part because of CAFs, whether you like it or not, opening the doors after 20 minutes to a lot of these games, the attendances have actually been very, very good relative to what previous AFCONs over the last 2 decades have offered us.
They set records, right, for attendance?
Yeah.
Yeah, but since we can't play every AFCON in Ivory Coast or in Morocco, which is very close to Europe, I think governments should step up and make traveling all around the continent more accessible. Because this is key for people to move and to decide to attend an AFCON.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's lots of things that could improve. I read a good article from someone pitching a lot of ideas.
I remember that one.
And yeah, one of them is these kind of travel corridors where the state airlines between two countries offer cheaper deals, and you could do that quite easily. You know, if you can prove that you've got a ticket to a match, they give you a 50% discount, whatever it is, or as well giving discounted prices to tickets to locals, right? And saying like, look, if you're in Morocco, you can pay, 50 dirham, or 10 dirham. Ooh, yeah, Osimhen and looks furious, having a real go at Ademola Lookman. What is that all about?
Looked a bit serious.
Yeah, Osimhen is
Lookman
furious.
didn't pass him the ball, and he was really mad when Lookman didn't pass him the ball.
And was Kirchner showing, I think, one finger to show maybe it wasn't the first time it happened. Just guessing.
Yeah, Lookman had the ball. He could have played him in, and Osimhen.
He has to be
Yeah. Looked like he was just motioning there, like he wants to be subbed off.
What is going
or
on?
he wants somebody to be subbed off. But Osimhen, this is Alex. Perhaps you could talk about this a little bit. But this has been like at times a criticism of him. No, is like how he yells at his teammates, and it can be interpreted one of two ways. It can be he wants to win and he wants to score so bad.
Yeah, but I think he shouldn't. This is on a personal note. I think he shouldn't cross certain lines. I mean, behaving like he's behaving now with Lookman, and asking for a sub. I don't know if it's for him or for the player. I think this is a red line you shouldn't cross. You can show that you're emotionally involved, that you want more from your teammates in a different way.
This Mozambique defense get worse and worse as the second starts.
Yeah, Mozambique, yeah, because especially as they're going to be more and more desperate to score. We're 64 minutes and 32 seconds, 33 seconds, 34 seconds, 35, 36.
Just a few comments on the tee, guys. I bought a tee down on the corner. For some reason, the guy had to go all the way back to his house to make it, so it took a bit of a time. But I came back to hear some wonderful analysis, and now Alasdair has another.
Well, I was just going to point out, yeah, Istra.
Oh, Akordams nearly adds a fourth goal for Nigeria.
I mean, I agree with Always Improv. This Mozambican defense is crumbling. Istra is saying that there is the memification of AFCON, and that we get that a lot from influencers. And he's saying that we're actually being a bit too intellectual here, and we need to do a bit more yelling. So I think we need.
Alex, like the camera comes on, all of a sudden he's a little bit too serious.
Actually, I was about to ask Buster why he forgot the sugar.
The sugar is here. Sugar is here.
Thank you.
We actually brought sugar. Yeah, in separate container. Wow, this is the.
Raphael, are you ready for 2 minutes of commentary or not yet?
The
at the 70th minute.
Depends what's happening, but 70 if I can.
Wait, give.
Okay,
me
all right. I'm very excited for this. Watch a professional at work.
Oh. No,
Can I have one sugar? Can I have one sugar?
Yeah, but that's a lot of sugar.
Please, this is too much.
What is that? Can we break it?
Please try.
It's rock solid.
Okay, give me.
What?
Because it's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Look at this.
Who's coming on here?
Look at the size of the sugar. I don't know who's coming on. Who's number 13? First Cup of Nations appearance. This is
No, that's not true. Not for Stanley Recife. I think for Faisal Bengal, maybe. He's played in the previous games, no? Or Italian correspondent.
Maybe first African.
Yeah.
First African.
Not for Stanley Recife.
Is it?
He was definitely
Is Faisal Bengal the only fourth-tier player who scored a goal in this AFCON?
fourth tier.
Yeah.
Who scored?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I love the question, bro.
Haji Mnoga is.
Guys, more tea?
Let me go get some tray.
Do we have spoons?
Yeah. Let me go get.
Everything.
This guy's dipping his sugar.
Oh.
No, you want this other half?
Who told who we should yell more?
I don't know. Somebody said he should yell more. That's what a watch along is supposed to be. It's supposed to be exciting, not intellectual.
Can we be exciting with this Nigeria and Mozambique?
Yeah, honestly, no. picked the wrong game to do a watch along for.
I think
we should have done South Africa, Cameroon.
What has been exciting the last few minutes is this conflict. Apparently, it looks like it's.
He's coming off.
He's coming off.
He's coming off. Yeah.
Osimhen is coming off. Just took off his mask. Doesn't look too happy about it. I mean, it was. Of course, things happened during the game, but it looked a bit serious the way they were speaking to each other there. I hope there'll be some great journalists in the stadium. Probably Osaso will ask a few questions about that because we need to. Now he's going down onto the bench.
Doesn't look injured.
Doesn't look injured. That's quite interesting, actually.
Stormed off, hasn't he?
Yeah, in a rather undramatic game here.
May I have the spoon, please? That helps.
And Moses Simon coming on.
Paris FC player.
Paris FC player. I once met him on a boat.
On a boat.
Which boat? Sorry?
So,
Canoe? What kind of boat?
One of those. So one of those boats. One of those like party boats on the Seine in Paris.
What was he doing there?
A party canoe.
So, well, no, it was just like it was a Nigerian France sports awards show organized by a Nigerian journalist based in Paris by the name of Ojore Babatunde. He kindly invited me, and I got to have a chat on a boat with Moses Simon.
What did you guys talk about?
He was back then. He was at Nantes, and they had a match against PSG coming up, like a few weeks later. And we had a little chat about how he was preparing for it.
Amazing. And in 2019 at the African Cup of Nations, journalists also organized the boat party on the Nile River that I was invited to. And there was like lots of dancing and good intellectual conversation about African football. So maybe this is a Nigerian thing.
Both intellectual and exciting.
Yes, not like this watch along. But maybe it's a Nigerian thing, the boat parties. I don't know.
I think we've got a question. Yeah, we got a question.
What's the question?
We've got a lot of questions. There is like there's a magnification of AFCON.
The previous one.
Okay, and don't overreact to a Nigerian with blonde hair being emotive. It will be done and understood between them unless the media blow it out of proportion using different sensibilities.
Do we know of who's another Nigerian with blonde hair? Whoever wrote that comment, is there another example of a Nigerian with blonde hair being angry for no reason? Is that it? Is that it for questions?
No, we had one asking about what are our thoughts on the new Cameroon coach and the
David Pago,
situation in general.
On this channel, there's a Cameroon preview of the AFCON with a youngster that I really discovered. Can we? Never mind. It was lagging. His name is Emmanuel Lavoisier. So you can go watch that, and there's his social media in the description as well if you guys wanted to see him. Yeah, do give him a follow because he really set it up perfectly. He said this coach was at Bamenda. He always likes to play a 3-5-1-1. He likes to play vertically, lots of intensity, lots of running, and that's exactly what we've seen. So I mean, sometimes just because a coach hasn't, he's just stayed in Cameroon his entire career, I think people can be very unfair to him. People are crediting Eto'o, they're crediting the players. But he's gotten his team to play with a real identity. Like when they played against South Africa changed their tactics. They're the ones that lined up with and they needed to change them anyways, but they're the ones that lined up with a 5-4-1. But Cameroon have played the exact same tactics, the exact same players every single match. And there's something to be said about that. Like, no, we know what we want to do. We have our identity. Like, come and stop us.
And I think speaking with guys in Cameroon, he's not just a random geezer, right? He's won everything there is to win in Cameroon. So it's not like he's some random geezer. I think he's got some. Yeah, sorry.
The back heel here on the back line.
He's I think he's an interesting character, right? He's the son of a military man. He comes from a military background. So for him, and something that he's always valued in his teams is like discipline. And the other thing that you speak to people when speaking to Cameroonians, people who know a lot more than us about it, is they say a couple things. Is he likes a very, very young team. he likes young players. He likes working with young players. He likes players that he can mold essentially, and he hates playing with egos. And for everything you can say about why the players who weren't selected, Andre Onana, Vincent Aboubakar, Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting, Frank Samuel Ngisa, the list goes on. Even though they are their best players, it's undeniable that there are egos there, and there's big names, there's big characters. And what you can say about this team that he's got underneath him is young, it's exciting. I think in the starting 11 against South Africa, there was only 2 players who'd ever played at the AFCON.
Average
before.
age against Cote d'Ivoire was 24.7, which I think was the youngest at this African Cup of Nations.
So completely inexperienced, very young, a bunch of novices. But in many ways, that's the David Pagu kind of workbook, playbook. That's what he wants. He can, and he plays vertical football. And like Maher said, Emmanuel summed it up perfectly. That formation tactically. But what I also say is because they're so fearless, man. Like I haven't seen a team.
But that comes with young players.
Exactly. I haven't seen a team like that where they're just so fearless. They want to attack. They have no sense of like controlling a game or possession or holding things up or anything like that. Tempo doesn't exist. It's just we get the ball, we attack. We get the ball, we attack. And for me, Cameroon have been by far my favorite team of this tournament, without a question. And a huge amount of that credit, as Maher says, absolutely needs to go to David Pagu.
I don't think people underestimated David Pagu as a coach. I think we just didn't focus too much on him because of the way and the timing he was appointed. So because of the conflict between Eto'o and the sports ministry.
Want to add on what Alasdair said. I mean, in that game against South Africa, we watched it together the other day. Not only do they play dynamic, attacking-minded football, but they play with such calmness, which was actually what surprised me. And returning to that point about, what does a coach actually tell his players before the game? I mean, if you have that small bit of fear, you don't, take 4 or 5 touches on the ball. You don't keep it. You don't make a back heel. You just play the ball immediately if you have fear. And they played so fearless. Oh, another goal for Nigeria.
Speaking of
Core
fearless,
Adams kissing the Nigerian logo there, emblem.
Guys, who got the assist?
Will Victor Osimhen, I don't know, but I don't think it was him. But Will Victor Osimhen celebrate with his teammates? No.
Not on camera yet.
Not on camera yet. That was number 4.
I think it's time, guys. I think it's time. I think this was perfectly set up for exciting commentary.
The time to start the commentary would have been before the
Guys, assisted by?
No, hold on.
Lookman again?
Oh my God.
Lookman again.
Goal contribution number 7 for Lookman.
No, 8.
This is
8.
This is not an assist.
It is.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That's an assist. That's a normal assist. So he smashed it into the back of the net. He's inside the penalty box with his right foot, high in the goal. No chance for the keeper.
3 assists, 1
Hard finish. No chance for the goalkeeper.
Don't you think that a real assist should put in the condition to score immediately? Like Akor Adams had to dribble his defense.
Let's not be snobby about it.
By the
All right.
by the classification, I would say that's
an assist.
That's an assist.
Okay, Raphael, can we have 1 minute? Can we have 1 minute? Okay. Everybody be quiet. We want to hear Raphael commentate. This is a professional commentator.
Do I get a color commentator as well?
No.
Does someone want to volunteer?
No. This is like a CAF Confederation Cup match. No budget for a color commentator. Just you.
Oh, classic. And we're back here in Fez. The Nigerians, of course, cruising to victory. Just scored that 4th goal, an amazing shot from Akor Adams, assisted again by.
The stream was lagging. Sorry.
Usually we don't have these.
You guys don't have the lagging.
These interruptions.
This was really good.
But we are back in Fez. As we were saying, that goal from Akor Adams, and maybe another goal here. Mozambique able to clear their lines eventually. But that defense still creaking. That 4th goal scored by Akor Adams, assisted again by Ademola Lookman, his 5th in the competition. And maybe another one here. Just whistles right past the post. Nearly a fifth there for the Super Eagles. And probably something happening right now as well.
Our stream is lagging. It's just, hey, that was. Can we have a round of applause for Raphael?
Standing ovation.
That was really good.
The intonations, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
You have to change your
Practicing-
voice. You have to change your voice to.
You have to take on a whole different different
persona.
voice. Well, persona, yeah, kind of.
How much harder is it to do it without a co-com?
Without the game on.
I always do without COCOM.
Yeah, so
'Cause-
you're used to it now.
Let's just say Confederation Cup games don't warrant two
Yeah,
commentators.
Unfortunately, yeah. No, that was honestly. I don't mean to be patronizing. That was. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to tune into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next round of Confederation Cup games,
I will. We always watch
Did you
Confederation
do
Cup.
some training?
Nope.
You just
I just
self-taught.
just learn on the job.
Okay.
They put me on the not so important games first, and then, well, I say built up, not really built
Well,
up.
something's probably happening in this game, but
We've lost all.
we've lost all. I don't know if is it. Are we still streaming? Do you know? Yeah. There's no connection problems. You sure?
So we have,
Do we have any comments? Yeah.
So who are the Nigerian haters?
Yeah. Who are the
I'm
Nigerian
a
haters?
Nigerian hater.
There's one.
I'm about to
Alasdair.
get slaughtered on my own podcast after I record an episode after this. I am firmly within the Nigerian haters on my own podcast that I'll be recording after this. Yesterday, I was being slaughtered for being a Nigerian hater at the WAFCON. So 6 months ago, people were bringing receipts, telling me that they're gonna laugh at my face when Nigeria win. So I'm but
There's one of them right there. Send him your abuse. Next. Is there another question?
Please do.
Nigeria are depleting their goals. They must save some for the upcoming games. The quarterfinals are panning out to be mouth-watering encounters.
Yeah. Nigeria going to be facing DRC or Algeria, two of the best defensive sides in this competition, right? How many goals have DRC conceded? Just one. It's like Algeria. So, and I don't think there's going to be many goals tomorrow. So yeah, you're right. They need to show this kind of attacking intent against whoever it is that wins tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Another question or no?
I'm not sure why you guys chose this game to do a watch.
Yeah. I'm also not sure why we chose. No, we chose this game because we are all dead tired. We don't want to travel. These matches are being played in Fez and Agadir, and we're all based in Rabat. So that's the main reason why we decided to do a watch along for this match. But I did think it was going to be 3-1, 4-1 if you listen to the preview. Looking like it's going to be 4-0 or maybe even 5-0.
Can we do the watch along of the third place final?
Yeah. Why not? But it's going to be in Casablanca. There's no other matches. It depends who's playing, I guess. Yeah.
Can we do a watch along whilst in the stadium?
That's, I think, actually against the rules. We don't have the rights, I don't think. Yeah.
Is
Do you
there
have the right to film yourself?
is there a specific type of rights we could apply for from CAF for watch along in stadium?
Watch along, right?
I'm sure that's maybe we have to.
Maher, the Nigerians are coming.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Nigerian Giants are coming indeed. Yep.
First time Nigeria scored 4 goals in an AFCON match since 2013.
Oh, wow.
And what happened in
If you guys didn't
2013,
hear that,
folks?
Wow.
Nigeria, first time they score 4 goals in an
What do you
AFCON
think
match
about
since
it?
2013. I don't know about the pronunciation. So I guess we've all been saying Adamola Lookman. I hear some Nigerians say Ademola Lookman. There's some of the stress on the consonants. And then Onyedika, I've also heard some people say Onyedika.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean,
If there's any Nigerians watching, please let us
they
know.
are coming. So
Oh, substitute for
After
Mozambique.
who would you guys top 3 favorites
Yeah.
for this AFCON? After
That's a
this
good
game.
question.
That's an impossible question.
Let's do it anyway. Alex.
Ali, you start.
Top 3
So without Algeria, still Algeria, DRC, and
Cameroon and Burkina.
Ivory Coast. I would
Let's
say
not consider any of those teams.
Senegal, Morocco, and Nigeria.
Alasdair?
I think not including any of the teams playing tomorrow, in the order Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria. Yeah, same.
I would go Senegal, Nigeria, Morocco, in that order. Raphael?
Probably, yeah, Senegal as well, Morocco, Algeria. I'm been impressed by, especially the boy Ibrahim Maza.
Oh, what a player. Indeed, indeed. Booster?
I mean,
No Zambia allowed.
Zambia is not in my top three, actually, surprisingly. No, I think Senegal as well. It's a bit boring to say, but they've just looked so good. I mean, I haven't been that impressed by Morocco. Just looking at the footballing part of it, I might receive a lot of hate from Moroccans here, but
Moroccans are not coming.
they're not. Oh, my shoulders just went down. No, I mean Nigeria has impressed me a lot throughout the tournament, and on my third place, maybe Algeria as well. Yeah.
I'll take it. I already have a mic. Thanks, Buster. Is there another question?
Yes, remember, Maher, I told you that Coach Bruce and Coach Hugo Bruce of Bafana and Coach Miguel Cardozo are the same.
Yeah.
Of coaches,
I read that
minded
comment. Miguel Cardoso, very pragmatic as well. Some people saying he's sapping the DNA from Mamelodi Sundowns. I mean, kind of a harsh comment, but Hugo Bruce also. But that kind of pragmatism is what got you guys a third place finish in the last AFCON. So sometimes, it can go two ways. I've seen South Africans say they need that kind of coach as well. So are we done with comments? Yeah. We've played 84 minutes.
Oh, is Morocco making your list about Cameroon?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just because they're hosts, really.
Mm.
But if we're basing that on performance, Cameroon probably deserves to be in over.
That is the question, guys. Like, we're all saying Morocco, but after watching Cameroon yesterday and Morocco yesterday,
That's a 50-50 game.
Can any of us say that they've thought Morocco are better than Cameroon at this tournament?
On the pitch, no. We're just carrying a lot of bias from the 2022 World Cup and the fact that they're hosts as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask you a Morocco-related question? Do you think it makes them a worse team having Hakimi on? I mean,
big question.
Masraoui was so good in the first game.
So good.
He was playing so well
And Salahadin.
defensively and going forward. I mean, and Hakimi not being 100% fit. I'm not sure what you think, guys.
There's one thing to be said. I think last match, we were watching it together in a cafe. Everything that he did, like 5-yard passes, in a cafe that had a lot of space, right? A lot of leg room. Everything that he did seemed like it didn't work. But then if you go back and watch the highlights of that game, almost all of their chances came from Hakimi, and he ends up with an assist as well.
Yeah,
and a goal. Yeah,
precisely.
Is that Paul Macho?
Ademola Lookman off, by the way. 1 goal and 3 assists in this match.
Can I share an anecdote about Paul Macho? I
Paul
think that's Paul Onuachu, who's number 19.
Yeah.
Paul Onuachu is a former Danish Superliga legend. I would say he's a legend. We just called him Lange Paul, which means tall Paul. He came from the under 19 to the FC Midtjylland and broke into the team. So in 2019 in Egypt, I wanted to interview him. I wrote the media officer from Nigeria, from their team, and I went to Alexandria on 3 or 4 hour bus, on a small bus from Cairo. Coming to the hotel, he was sleeping. He knew nothing about being interviewed by another Danish journalist. In the end, we ended up playing table tennis. So that was a great time with Paul and Nacho. We just spoke about him being at that stage, because at that time he was still coming up. I believe it was his first AFCON. So about how to entering the biggest stage. And ever since, he's actually made it to the Premier League. I guess he's still in Turkey. So got himself quite a career after being visited by me.
But is there a better career than being Lange Paul in Denmark?
Hey, speaking about Booster's anecdote, do you think that AFCON, that type of AFCON, like a random Danish journalist,
oh la la,
a random Danish journalist playing table tennis with Donachu, right? Do you think that type of AFCON is over? Because there is no more space.
No, this was in Alexandria.
No, during the AFCON.
And everything.
That's what I mean.
And I mean, I guess, guys, please come in here. But more and more media officers from these teams that don't allow a journalist to go to the team hotel and conduct interviews there. Say, I will give you 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes in the mix zone, which is in training, of course, which is a shame.
Yeah, I remember, for example, same in Egypt in 2019, like being on the pitch during the Uganda training session and video almost video calling Michos Redojevic to make him greet Farouk Mia. So this is not possible anymore at AFCON.
Beautiful.
It's so sad. I'm so sad.
And here there's a cross coming in, perhaps from Mozambique. They're keeping some possession on the final third here. Small passes outside the penalty area, trying to get a shot on target. I don't think they have any, do they? No shots on targets.
Complete dominance.
Do you think that CAF should hire Booster? Do you think that CAF should hire Booster Kirchner as a commentator?
No.
In English or Danish?
Do we have any other questions or comments, Yusuf? Any other questions or comments?
You're frying me in front of the many thousands of viewers.
Many tens, dozens.
That's a question about Hakimi.
Okay.
Hakimi is clearly playing at like 40%.
Yeah.
They want to perform better as a collective. The fullback pairing should be
Mazraoui and Salahuddin. That's what a lot of people are saying. Salahuddin has been injured, but a lot of people are saying that as well. But he's such an iconic player. He hit the bar from a free kick. Some of his crosses that El Kabi got on the end of that were big chances came from Hakimi crosses as well. So still, when you talk about end product,
there's no one better.
He might be the best option. Yeah, just he needs to be fit. So.
Yeah, I think they're aware that he's not 100%, but he can get to his best form only by playing more and more minutes.
Is it true that at Al Ahly SC want to buy Thibaut Mokoena from Lodi Sundowns? Just a curious Sundown supporter asking Maher of you.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I've read that news on Twitter that Al Ahly want to sign Thibaut Mokoena, but
that would be a bit surprising.
They're saying because in case Aliou Dieng doesn't re-sign his contract, but it would be kind of surprising. But I love those transfers from the south to the north, or vice versa. I think we need more of those, you know. And Al Ahly, I mean, if there's a club, the continent smaller.
Percy Tau's in Vietnam.
Yeah, but it makes the transfer windows, intracontinental transfers, more dynamic. I mean, we're so used to see players from Africa go to Europe. This shows that you can get good opportunities within the continent as well.
And we have entered the final 3 minutes of the game. It's 3 minutes at added time here. This is probably the best period of time that Mozambique has had, which is basically because the game has practically ended. Keeping a bit of possession, waiting to go in a nice warm shower.
What about tea? Warm tea after the game?
And I think, guys, what do you think about the tea we just had? I thought it was pretty okay, but some of you like more sugar, don't you?
Yeah, I got too much sugar, so it wasn't so. The taste wasn't so good.
I think we should congratulate the people who watched here. You watched us. We really appreciate. And as I say that, Nigeria is maybe aiming a fifth here. At Langepole in the penalty area.
Top ball. That's so good.
If he steps on your feet, then your feet is done. Oh,
Nigeria coming very, very close there with another opportunity.
Very close.
Oh, it's a Simon. Oh, the Persian.
He's my boat friend, yeah. Maybe a chance for Mozambique.
Is it true that when he signed for a Nigeria club, he only played home games?
Kano Pillars.
Is that true?
I'm not sure. I think it is true. Yeah.
But you know, Kano Pillars, I think they have the record for
longest undefeated streak at home. I think it was like 7 years or something like that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so that's probably why they don't want to lose.
He's playing into the spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, something ridiculous. Like they hadn't lost a home match in years and years and years.
How would you guys rate GSC as a collective? Do you guys think Algeria will truly struggle, or will it be a fairly even matchup?
I don't think.
Still don't know what to think about them.
Just a tough team to play against. I mean, you look at that defense. Twanzebe, I think, is a little bit underrated on the continent. Mbemba isn't, but he's amazing. Wan Bissaka. Masuaku's back now. So I don't know if there's a better back four in the tournament. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'd have to think
Maybe
about
Senegal?
that, but that might be, maybe Senegal.
Final whistle. Nigeria beat Mozambique 4-0. It's obviously, I don't think anybody's going to say that tomorrow's match won't be an even matchup. Algeria, DRC. If anybody has anything, hold on. Are there as good? Osimhen is leaving at the final whistle, right down the tunnel. The camera was on Lookman, who was laughing and smiling. But Osimhen does not go and congratulate his teammates. Does not shake hands with any Mozambican players.
Wow.
Feels like there's some drama. Like, for that to happen, like, I can understand you being angry with one another for a few minutes, but for him to have this reaction 20, 30 minutes after the incident, something must have been said.
Yeah.
And you could see even Lookman is being surrounded by his teammates, seems to be consoling him.
This is quite an odd way to end the game. I mean, they've dominated completely. There's no doubt about it.
Feel good, right?
Exactly. And now, Alex just mentioned before the red lines. You shouldn't cross a red line, dude. When you, we don't know what happened, so we should be careful what we say. But when you won the game 4-0, just go and greet the opponent and take that hot shower, hey?
Yeah, but even if there was an insult, I mean, you should be professional enough not to get affected by that and to solve the issue after the game, not like when all the world is watching, because this can be a very like impactful situation for the next game if they don't solve the issue between them.
Yeah, definitely.
And Lookman was actually very complimentary of Osimhen after he won man of the match last time around, saying, like, they have a great partnership and long may it continue. It's easy to play with him and so on and so forth. So I hope it's something they can resolve. I'm sure they will.
You certainly hope so.
Yeah. But that's probably the end of the live stream. 4-0 for Nigeria against Mozambique. Thank you to Alasdair Howorth. Thank you to Raphael. Remind me of your last name. Jukoba. To Alex, I forget your last name too. And to Booster Kirchner. Thank you guys. So there won't be a recap video tonight or a preview for tomorrow's matches either. I am flying to Kuwait tomorrow, so I'm going to miss the Algeria match, and I won't be covering AFCON for the next 2-3 days. I'm going to be going to cover the French Super Cup between PSG and Marseille. So I'll be back for the last few quarterfinals for the Marrakesh match on January 10th.
Thank you for having us, Maher. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm in your Airbnb.
And have a wonderful evening to the people watching.
All right, guys. Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Beautiful country.
Here we go. End stream. Thank you.